What's going on, guys? Last night I had one of the most vivid dream experiences that I've had in a long time. I mean, I have some pretty awesome dreams regularly, but last night they were very, very profound, very, very interesting. I like to consider myself an Oneironaut, and an Oneironaut is someone who practices traveling the dream plane, and I consume oneirogenic herbs and different supplements and sacraments as a way to actually delve into the dream plane with more of a let's put it this way. Here in this matrix, we don't tap into the dream realm enough. Even when we do have dreams, vivid dreams, you name it, by the time we wake up and get going, take a shower, you name it, we've often forgotten a lot of the dreams that we've had and the little intricacies and the nuances within the dreams. So I like to study dreams. I like to really evaluate the messages in my dreams, you name it, and when I do become lucid, it is the most just blissful, most jaw-droppingly beautiful experience. I've had a handful of occasions, a large handful, where I have become lucid, and I consider myself an Oneironaut because I consume and use oneirogenic herbs such as Calea Zacatechich, which is what this is. This is the Mexican dream herb. I've had better quality Calea Zacatechich, but this is working. Last night, my God, the dreams were so intense, so beautiful. I had a couple nightmares, but there's a lot of things you can learn from nightmares, ladies and gentlemen. Roll the window up. Again, there's a lot you can learn from your dreams, your nightmares, your positive dreams, your lucid dreams. Lucidity, in my opinion, is the most intriguing part of dreaming. For those who don't know what a lucid dream is, it's when you become aware that you're in a dream while you're dreaming, and you now can control what happens in the dream. So in the past, when I would become lucid, the first thing that I would usually do is levitate and float around and fly. Sometimes I would fly above cities and just observe things, fly above trees, or sometimes I would fly at the speed of light and travel large distances, for instance, from California to Egypt in a matter of seconds. There's been times where I've been chased by dream entities when I became lucid. Because when you do become lucid, there are particular entities and different energies within the dream realm that don't want you staying in that lucid state. As crazy as that may sound, I mean, there is a reason why we aren't becoming lucid every night, ladies and gentlemen. There's a ploy, there's a plan to keep people in a state of hypnosis while they're asleep. So, I mean, there's a handful of reasons why they want that to be why they want that happening. They don't want you becoming lucid and actually waking up within the dream and learning things from the dream realm. Not only can you do things like fly or breathe underwater or walk through walls, but you can also learn things from dream elders. You can learn things from the dream sages and other Oneironauts, other individuals who are adepts within the realm of dreaming. So anyways, I'm a huge fan of consuming oneirogenic herbs. I've experimented with a ton of them over the years. One of my favorites is Calea Zacatechich, even though it is indeed incredibly bitter and it does indeed taste vile. If you brew it properly, however, if you don't brew it with too much water, you can get it down with a few good chugs. But Calea Zacatechich usually leaves a nasty bitter taste within your mouth for like 10 minutes. But the benefits and the experiences that you can have with this herb are well worth a little bit of bad flavor in your mouth, so to speak. Many of the most valuable medicines for us don't taste good, such as Bacopa or Centella asiatica or Haritaki, you name it. So, I mean, last night I was in this dream where I ate a poisonous lily flower, thinking it was an edible blue lily, and it ended up being poisonous, and I had to seek out a particular doctor after this happened to save my ass, because I ate a poisonous lily in this dream. And I remember when I sought the doctor out, he was like, dude, that's going to make your heart explode, what you just ate. You need to come here and you need to eat this medicine that I'm going to prepare for you. And he prepared this black medicine, this black colored medicine, and I ate it. And shortly after I ate it, I woke up and my heart was pounding. It just got really dark. But in the dream, the doctor was like, dude, you just ate a poisonous lily. This is not medicinal. You identified this lily wrong. You ate the wrong one. And it's going to make your heart explode unless you eat this medicine that I'm going to doctor up for you. And I ate it. And in the dream, what was interesting in the dream is I could feel my heart pounding. And after I ate the medicine, again, shortly after that, I woke up and my heart was pounding in the physical world. I bit into this lily, this gigantic blue lily with purplish hues to it, and these pinks and greens and these white, and it had white on it as well. Excuse me. Forgot to bring water. I really need some water, so I'm going to make this video short. But in the dream, I remember I walked into this room, this alchemical laboratory, with like moss and ivy growing up on the walls, and it was just awesome. Stone flooring, and different alembics and different alchemical tools, potion bottles, and just very fascinating stuff, like Moroccan lanterns hanging and candles lit. And I went into this room and I was just like, oh my god, there's these sacred blue lilies growing everywhere. This is one of my favorite foods. And I rushed in and grabbed one, and I was just like, oh my god. I took a big old bite, and I remember tasting it. I could taste it just as much as I would have been able to as if I were in the physical world eating something. I could taste the texture. I could feel the texture, excuse me. I could taste the kind of sour but sweet flavor to it. And it was this strange blue lily like I'd never seen before, because the leaves were actually thick like aloe. And I bit into it and it crunched, and I could feel all the kind of gooey insides of this particular lotus lily, excuse me, as I ate it. And shortly after I ate it, I was just like, oh shit, this wasn't what I thought it was. So I had to travel to see this particular doctor, this alchemical doctor, and he made me this charcoal potion mixed with some other constituents. And I guzzled it down, a huge amount of it, just eating this charcoal and washing it down with water. But before that dream, I was in a different dream. I was with a friend, and I was handling this magical sword, this gigantic, like 5-foot sword that looked like it was supposed to weigh like at least 50, 40, 60 pounds. I don't know. It was huge. And I picked it up, and it was light as a feather. I sat there kind of admiring it. There was something about this sword. It was almost like it was a magical dream sword. It had an enchantment on it. Just really interesting stuff. My dreams last night were really, really cool. Calea Zacatechich, without a doubt, helped produce those dreams, but you know, there's all sorts of different quality when it comes to these oneirogenic herbs and substances. Stuff like guayasa, the herb guayasa, I've talked about that in the past. That's a really interesting herb to take to invoke or instill more vivid dreams. What's interesting about guayasa too is that it has caffeine in it. But if you take guayasa in the morning or during the day, the stuff stays in your system long enough for it to actually affect your dreams at night. So that's one of the really interesting things about guayasa, is if you use quality guayasa and if you take a large enough dose, you can consume it during the day and have it produce effects during your REM cycles while you're sleeping, you name it. Whereas some of these other herbs, like Calea Zacatechich and the Zosa dream root, the African dream bean, you name it, you have to consume them usually before you go to bed. Although there are certain dream walkers, I like to call them, who use these oneirogenic compounds, who actually consume them in the morning on an empty stomach or during the afternoon, you name it. I find that they work best before you go to bed, like 30 minutes to an hour before you go to bed. But everyone has their own way of practicing dream herbalism, I like to call it. It's a really interesting field of natural medicine to utilize constituents that actually have a profound effect on your consciousness while you sleep. They affect your dreams. For many people, when they consume those oneirogenic compounds, they have horrible nightmares. To me, that's more of a purging effect that the herb is actually helping you experience. Nightmares are not a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason why you're having them. We can learn from them. So, I'm not the type of person who fears nightmares. I openly accept them. I look forward to them, as crazy as that sounds. I had a nightmare last night, and I had one the night before. It's just the way it is. We're traveling a pretty infinite plane here when we go into the dream realm. Expecting it to just be peaches and cream is kind of silly in my opinion. But I am going to wrap this one up. Just wanted to share you guys a little bit of my dreams last night. Unfortunately, I didn't wake up after them and document everything that had happened, so I have forgotten some of the more finer detail. But I am going to utilize the Calea Zacatechich again tonight until this bag is empty, and then I'll probably order. This was an ounce I ordered. I'm probably going to order close to a pound next time. 16 ounces. Anyways, you guys, I am out like sauerkraut. I wanted to personally thank you for watching my videos and contributing to the growth of my channel. I could not do this without you, and your interest in my content is truly what motivates me and fuels my passion for making these videos and spreading my message. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I wanted to remind you that this channel is a free educational tool that is listener supported, and if you would like to donate to my channel and donate to my cause, help make my life a little bit easier and help keep the lights on around here, you can do so by checking out the links in the description box below. There's a handful of not only ways to donate to my channel, but I also have links to different websites and different videos of mine, as well as my Amazon store, where you can check out a plethora of different health-related products that I use and recommend. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued interest in my message, and until next time, peace be with you all.